So people say they plan for 1 year and still have 3 months timeline. The same way people plan 3 months and still have 1 month timeline. Don't be that person. Start early. Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to perfectly plan your wedding within 3 months. If you like to see this video, keep watching. Hey queens, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria. In this channel, we talk about all things finances, how to grow your finances, living a life of purpose, and living your best life. If you'd like to go on this journey with us, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit the notification bell just right beside it and turn on all notifications so that every time I release a new video, you'll be the first to know, because you know what, we're on this journey together and you're not going nowhere. All right, if you find this video helpful in any way, don't forget to smash that like button and let me know what you think in the comments, because I love to hear what you think. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to plan your wedding successfully within 3 months. So if you want to see details, like nitty-gritties of everything that you should do, you know I'm going to be spilling it in this video. Let's get straight into it. Like I always say in all my videos, do well to grab yourself a pen and a paper, or you can watch this video and save it and come back to it and use it as a timeline. You know you can always be going with me everywhere. I'm on here all the time, so you can always check this video out. I'm going to be starting this timeline from 3 months. So we're going to be starting 3 months, and then we go to 2 months, and then we go to 1 month, and then we go to 2 weeks, and then we go to 1 week, and then we'll go to the day before, and then we'll go to the day. All right, that's just how it's going to go. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about are the things you should be doing 3 months before your wedding, so which is like 12 weeks before your wedding, aka 90 days to wed. How many of you watch that show? The first thing you want to do is to sort out the legalities. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, number one, you want to decide what type of marriage you want. So what you want to decide is, how do you want it? Do you just want to do civil and religious? Do you just want to make it a small traditional wedding? Do you just want to make it civil? Do you just want a white wedding? You know, what exactly do you want? And remember, everything that you're going to be doing is based on the budget that you have. Honey, you don't have time to think about and overthink things, all right? Look at the money you have, look at the budget you're working with, and be realistic with yourself, because that's the best thing you're going to be doing for yourself right now. If you're going to get married in the traditional setting, it's time to meet the girls' people and meet with the elders, and also find out what you need, especially with the dowry. When it comes to like the Igbo culture, you want to make sure that you're collecting the list and all of that. I think every culture comes with their own requisites and all that they need, so get all the details that you need. I'm emphasizing this point because it's really important. So get all the details that you need and write them down in your checklist. Now that's just number one. We're on sorting out the legalities. Now the next thing that you want to do 3 months to your wedding is to make a guest list. This is so important and underestimated, because a lot of people just feel like, why do I need to make a guest list? Now this will help your budget, because you can overestimate or underestimate. I've gone for weddings where people overestimated. You know, you just feel like you have a lot of crowd. You're just like, if we invite people, a lot of people come out and nobody really shows up. And then you have some people that underestimate, we just want a small wedding, we're not going to announce it, but people still find out that they're getting married and still storm that wedding. So make a guest list and be very precise about how many people that you want to cater to and how many people are coming for your wedding. The third thing you want to do is to decide on a specific date. Now is the time to get the dates that you want to get married. Now is the time to figure out, because your date is going to determine a lot of things. Like I said in my previous video, if you've not seen my ultimate checklist for weddings, go check that video out. I'm sure you'll find a few things that you might benefit from that, but right after this video. You want to decide on a date, because that would also determine if you're having an outdoor wedding or an indoor wedding, or what type of wedding, depending on the weather at that time. What are the festivities surrounding that time? You know, I remember when I was getting married traditionally, I didn't even know about the Igbo market days. I didn't know that you can't get married on a particular market day, and my first initial date was on that market day that they don't get married in my village. So I had to shift that date almost about a month to my wedding. So that's why I mentioned at the first point, get those legalities right. Ask detailed questions. It's better you ask too much questions and have too much information than not have sufficient information. Now, the most important thing you need to do next is to secure your venue. Why do I say this? Venues go out very, very fast. Like, you could be leaving a booking venue and somebody at your back is coming to book that same venue. So if there's a venue you've had in mind, go straight and book that venue. But that's why I put booking, securing your date first. You have to confirm your date before booking venues, because I think if you shift your date, it could affect booking venues. Some people don't offer refunds. Some people, you know, it could just get messy. Now, the next thing you want to do is to send your e-invitation. Now, this is not the card. This is not the solid card. This is e-invitation, or save the dates. Now, this is just a way of sending the first signal out to your guests that, hey, I'm having an event so and so time, please save the date. The whole idea of save the date is just to give your guests like a reminder that this is coming up. But the truth about human beings is that a lot of us get so engrossed with a lot of things, so after a while, which we're going to get to, you might need to send another invitation out just as a reminder so that people don't forget your event. The next thing on our list, which is so important, is that you need to hire an event planner. But hey, don't get stressed out if you're on a budget, because sis, I got you. All right, but the most important thing about this step is that whether you're getting a professional event planner or not, you have to get help. Now, what I hate most to see are tired brides, exhausted brides. You cannot stress yourself too much to plan a beautiful wedding and only your guests get to enjoy it. You don't even have the energy to enjoy it. That doesn't make any sense, all right? This is the time where you're going to ask for help and shamelessly ask for help, all right? Because the beautiful thing about this period right now is that everybody and almost anybody will be willing to help you. Everybody loves a good thrill of, hey, let's go shopping, hey, let's go this. So there'll always be that one friend or two friends who will always be at your beck and call this period. It's time to use them, girl. It's time to utilize those friendships. I'm sure there's also been times in your life where you've also helped somebody plan their wedding, so it's time for people to help you plan yours. Learn to ask for help and learn to accept that help this period. I know that we want it to be perfect to the T's and the I's, but we're going to learn how to delegate. The next thing that you want to do is to book your caterer and book your wedding cake, and also secure your drinks. Now, why I use drink, why I'm also mentioning drinks is that, well, things are kind of going to get expensive as time goes on. It just happens. There's going to be an increment in price. So the earlier you can buy things, the better. Maybe it's just around here, but it just feels like every single month things are always on the rise. Like, you might be getting something now for a specific amount and the next month it's higher. So the earlier you can do whatever you can do, the better for you. This is the right time to book your photographer, your videographer, and your makeup artist, because most of these vendors get booked out months ahead of time. So if there's a specific videographer or photographer or makeup artist that you've been wanting to use, now is the best time. The next thing that you want to do is to book your DJ or your band. Now, you have to decide if you're going to be using DJ or a live band, or if you want to be using the two things. Now, specifically, I don't think you need the two of them, but it depends on what kind of wedding you're having and what your budget is like. Feel free to make your choice, but it's time to book them down and say, hey, are you free for so and so date? I'll need to book you down. This is also a time to book your MC, that's your master of ceremony, the person who's going to coordinate the whole event and make your guests happy and make everything all bubbly. Please choose this wisely, as this can make or break your event. Your MC has a lot to do with the tone of your wedding and how upbeat or how dull your wedding turns out. Now is the time for you to go dress shopping. I know this is the fun part. It's time for you to go dress shopping. The hubby can go for suits. Also, don't forget to get your accessories, your bridal robe, your tiaras, your earrings. Oh, I just love weddings. Now, this is the fun part part because this is where you get all your girly stuff, all the cute things, all the white accessories and silver accessories. So go beautiful. Take your time in this process. You know, you don't have to buy something that you see immediately because you can go to the next place and see something better. So this is the time to ask your wedding party for their availability. A lot of people just assume that because somebody is your friend, the person has to be available as your wedding party. It doesn't work that way, honey. People have lives to live. So if there's somebody that you want in your wedding party, please ask them nicely. You're not doing them a favor by showing them their dress or all of that. Ask nicely. You want them to be part of your occasion. You want them to make that day colorful and exciting for you. So please ask nicely and invite them to join your wedding party. Also, it's time to take care of their outfits because that can be another thing that, you know, causes a lot of issues last minute. So the earlier you do this, the better. So I'm sure by now you've already picked your colors, even if I've not mentioned that, but honey, you should pick your colors, duh. Don't mind me. All right, so now is the time to pick your colors. Now is the time also to start working on your stationery, your brochure, your banners, anything that you need, stickers if you're going for souvenirs and all whatnot. I know that 3 months seem like, you know, when you're booking these things at 3 months away, it's going to seem like, oh my God, is there not so much time? But what you want to avoid is packing everything last minute. That's when it gets overwhelming. You see people planning for 1 year and still doing all these things at the 3rd month. It doesn't make any sense. What's the use of planning for an entire year and starting to do all these things at the 3rd month? So some people say they plan for 1 year and still have 3 months timeline. The same way people plan 3 months and still have 1 month timeline. Don't be that person. Start early. Now is the time to go and get your souvenirs, whatever souvenirs you'll be wanting to give your guests. If you're not giving souvenirs, that's totally okay. Remember, you're not out to impress anybody. A popular saying says, if they don't chop rice for your wedding, then go chop rice for another wedding. All right? If they don't eat rice in your wedding, they will eat rice in another wedding. Go work with what you have, because after the wedding, it's just going to be you and your husband. Nobody is going to say, hey, how far? Have you eaten today? No. So please work with what you have. Now is the time to book your wedding accommodations. Maybe not necessarily pay, but you can give a hint to the hotels that you'll be saying that, hey, I'd like to book within this period. You're booking these hotels for also aesthetic purposes, because that's where you're also going to be taking your pre-wedding pictures, you're going to be taking your bridal pictures, you're going to be taking your pre-bridal pictures and all of that. If we've done all that, we're ready for month 2. So this is about 60 days to your wedding, and it's about to get real. It's about to get real. So the first thing you want to do is to plan for your honeymoon. So it's time to plan for your honeymoon. It's time to decide where you guys are going to go for your honeymoon, because the thing is that right now the stress is about to start kicking in. A lot of nerves are starting to get here and there. So this is the perfect time to talk about your honeymoon before everything gets overwhelming. So the next thing on our list is to now send out your card invitation. So it's literally like 2 months to your wedding. Within the 2nd month, anytime within the 2nd month, you can send out your cards. People are more likely to remember at this point, and just keep your invitation cards handy. This is the time for you to sit down with your friends and your family and decide how you want the order of your ceremony to go. What are you guys going to do to spice up that event? If you're going to be having your bridal shower, now is the time to pick. A lot of people are fortunate to have surprise bridal showers, but if you know that nobody is planning to surprise you, it's time to plan to surprise yourself. So plan with your bridal party on when you want your bridal shower to be held and how much fun you guys want to have with it. This is the time when you book your wedding transport and get your wedding rings. Like, I have to emphasize this part. You need to be getting your wedding rings at this time. Make sure that they fit properly. Make sure if there's any adjustment that needs to be made, it's easily sent back and made. But make sure that you have your wedding transport and your wedding rings set down. If you're going to be wearing a reception dress, you know, a cute reception dress, you're going to be removing a white gown and getting into something you can easily dance in and have fun in. Now is the time to get that also ready. And that brings us to month 1. This is the time to finalize and try on your outfit. Some of us work differently under stress. There's some of us that lose a lot of weight with stress. Some of us just can't cope. Some of us add weight with stress. So you want to make sure that you're perfectly fitting into your wedding gown. I also advise test your shoes. Make sure that you can have fun on them. Make sure they are comfortable. If they don't seem that comfortable, then you know you're going to be getting an extra pair, you know, or getting like some very nice cute silver slippers that can also work with your outfit or stuff like that. Do any last minute beauty treatment that you want to do. You want to go waxing, you want to do facials. Now is the time to finalize with your vendors, finalize your menu with your caterer, and make sure that there's not going to be any hitch at all. Also complete any DIY project or personal project that you have, and also bring out a portion from your souvenirs for these people that are helping you do all these things, for your family members, your bridal party, your helpers. Please bring out their souvenirs, bring out their gifts aside, because the truth is that on that day those people are also going to be super busy, and you want to make sure that you have a gift for them. All right, review your RSVP list, make sure everyone has replied you and that you're sure of who is coming to your wedding. And that brings us to 2 weeks to your wedding. So I like to talk about this next point all the time, even when I'm talking with my friends, because this was something I found weird but really helped me out in my own wedding. Now the first tip is to arrange with your caterer for feeding that night of the wedding and the next day. Now, what am I talking about? I know you'll probably be staying in a hotel and you can order hotel food. But for me, the menu I had for my wedding was quite exciting. And I knew that with all the excitement and everything, I wasn't going to have much appetite to like taste everything. So I had my caterer preserve food for me for the day, you know, for that night, and she also delivered some food for me the next day. So that way we didn't have to put any bills immediately for feeding. We had so much food and it was all still covered on our wedding bill. So the next tip is also very important. I want you at this point, 2 weeks to your wedding, to confirm that all your vendors again are available. I know you did that a month ago, but it's time to do it again. Also, so you want to make a list of all your vendors and all their contact information. We're going to be using this for delegation. So you're going to be giving this to someone who's going to handle this, because on that day, you're not going to be stressing yourself at all. So finally, we're at the week of your wedding. Now is the time to hand over every plan that you've made to the event coordinator for that day. Like I said, if you don't have an event planner, you can give this to a friend whom you really trust to deliver a good job and make sure everything goes smooth. But this is that time to hand over all those plans, all that contact information of all your suppliers. This is a good time to hand it over to somebody who's going to be taking it over from this time. Pack an overnight bag for the hotel stay, and also pack a bag for your honeymoon, just in case you're not going immediately after your wedding. But if you, let's say, you're going to go back home for a while, you can actually make 2 bags, one for the hotel and one for your honeymoon. But this is just to save as much stress as you can, because planning a wedding is so tiring. So you don't want a situation where after everything you're coming to pack bags, you're coming to stress yourself. What we're trying to do is to eliminate as much stress as possible after the wedding, so you can just rest and recuperate and have fun and enjoy the bliss that you have just entered into. Make any last minute changes, check your outfits again, make sure that you're not losing too much weight, and make sure you're not adding too much weight, because you want to make sure that your gown fits perfectly. All right, that's not to put pressure on you, but that's just a reminder that these things happen. I also say pack a first aid kit. I like to call it the bridal first aid kit. You have some pain relievers, needles, thread, and all of that. If you'd like to see a well-detailed video on the perfect bridal first aid kit, let me know in the comment section, and I'll be sure to make that kind of content for you. And if there are other points that just come up in your mind and you're like, oh, what if, or what can I do differently, and all of that, please let me know in the comment section, and I will be sure to deliver that content to you. Now we've gotten to the day before, and there's little or nothing to be done. You see, the good thing about planning ahead, when you plan ahead, at that point there's really nothing to be done. All you want to do is to cross your T's, make sure the cake is arriving at the venue, drop off all your souvenirs, and make sure that the person that you've delegated to has all the information that they need to handle every single thing. Let your vendors know that, okay, this is the person they're going to be talking to, so that nobody's calling you to tell you, see what's happening or see what's not happening. Tidy up all your ceremony details, rest well, and eat well. Know what to do on that day. Have fun, have fun, have fun. You've gotten into a new season of your life, and I have to say congratulations, congratulations. But I have some advice for you on this planning period. I'm just going to list a few of them just so that you bear this at the back of your mind during this planning season. My first rule is keep it simple, and most especially keep it realistic. All right, work together with people, learn to accept help, accept as much help that you can, delegate as much as you can, and rest as much as you can. Work based on the priorities you have and have fun. If you have further wedding or bridal questions, let me know in the comment section and I'll be sure to quickly answer that. If you've not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and join this family. We talk about all things before and after the wedding, so I got you covered, all right? And don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Victoria, and I'll see you in my next video. But until then, feel free to check out my other bridal videos. Cheers, bye.